not a person.
I think that you can gauge with certain people. Are we rolling?
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Welcome back to In the Moment with
Another episode.
Shan and Kay.
Another episode with Shanna and Kay. This time, big up places like Beer and Burger.
Beer and Burger.
Banging. Pick up East Side, gang all day. Hackney.
Mine is no.
Hackney got the spots, you know. I'm not gonna lie. This what do you call it? Gentrification, whatever it is that they're doing.
Gentrification.
It brings these little hot spots out as well, so it's not all bad, you know what I mean? So big up them and big up Deliveroo, bringing the food all hot and ting.
It is quite hot as well.
You want some chips?
I didn't really want chips now.
You didn't really want. Don't eat all of them. Remember, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
yeah. Just see?
Actually,
You see?
Oh yeah, you clocked it, yeah?
actually,
When we had this discussion before about the sharing food business, how I'm horrible to her. But I will always offer you first. Before I'm ready to get to, I'm a foodie. Anyone that knows me knows Kiel, I love her belly. Belly down the
okay, how do
bottom.
you say it after?
No.
How do you say it?
No.
Oh, I asked you. No. I asked you already for it. Now you tell me you don't want it.
I'm not your man. I don't lay down with you. I don't have to nice
But you can just give me a little piece.
No, because I offered you before I got into...
Will I share?
No. I'm going to offer some. Okay. When I was ordering and scrolling on the Deliveroo, I asked everybody what they wanted. You said just burger. I said you want chips with that. You said no.
I'm not going to lie. I did say just burger, but...
Cameraman said just burger.
I want chips like
Even
that,
he's like, oh, that shit crunchy. So he's turning into a Chanel as well. I don't like to share my
Do you
food.
want some chips, Blake?
I'd rather... No, I think you're trying to upset me on purpose.
Do you want some?
Yeah,
Love you too. Oh, that garlic and the herb as well.
It's shortest in the moment episode. I'm going home. Nah. You know, I would have don't do that. Don't do me that.
Okay.
You see, I am a nice person. And I do share. And I asked them both if they wanted their own.
I didn't know the chips were gonna come like that. Oh,
I did say it.
you did.
Look at Chanel's little basket. Look at this. What question do you have for us?
Question is, getting into a new relationship.
New, okay.
Yeah, new.
Oh, okay.
Can we new or old?
New or old,
Okay.
Alright.
but your partner has other kids.
Okay.
How? How do you feel about that?
Boy.
Did I greet them with kids or was we together and kids came? Okay.
Both.
Boy, should I go first?
Yeah, we're veterans in this thing. Do the thing.
Okay, so with my first one, he didn't have no children, so I can't really talk on that. My second one, I met them when they had 4 children, and now they have.
I'm gonna head out.
I think 11.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
And how have you embraced it?
Yeah, have you embraced
it? Or did you not? Did you be like, that's your business, you handle your thing?
No, I wasn't like that at all.
So, do you embrace those kids or those kids are part of your, do you have 11 stepchildren?
I embrace them.
Okay.
When I see them, I don't treat them no different. They're my own. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they say you mustn't have favourites.
No.
You mustn't have favourites, but you always have that one or two that you
That's
kind of like
close
more
to
like connect to.
But look
Like-
how we've normalised that already. We've normalised that as women. Saying, did you embrace? Do you know the children? This, that, and the other. I'm not saying it doesn't happen on the other foot that men don't take on children that are not their own, because they most definitely do. But I think when they take on children that are not their own, when that woman has already got children, I do think it's still a rare thing that if you're in a relationship with somebody and then I go on to have a child with somebody else, that man stays for one, and then he stays and still takes on that child or children. Imagine me being in a long-term relationship and having 2 other children for a man that's not his.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? It's not normalized. However, it's very normalized for women to still stay with a man that's had children outside of their relationship, and then expected to embrace those children as well. I just think I had to raise that point quickly, because it's funny how we just went straight into that conversation, no questions asked. It's still quite normal.
But as well, like, I dated somebody and they've got a child.
Yeah.
I embrace that child.
Yeah, of course, which
But
you should
then,
do.
Sometimes the mum, it gets a bit
Techie.
technical, but it doesn't need to be, because I see it as, you lot are not together, what's the problem?
But you don't know the dynamics of that relationship, their
that's
relationship. Your relationship with that man could be completely different to the relationship he had with that woman. So she already sees you as
a threat.
Yeah. Or the person, if she doesn't like him, she's automatically not going to like you.
Yeah.
So that can be very techie, and it's for you as the potential stepmother or whoever it is be, or the partner of that person, to respect your boundaries.
Yeah.
And if there is at any point or any need to speak to that mother to give her reassurance, then by all means do it, but don't knock up yourself and don't go for, how did that go?
Well, it's not you. Alright, calm down. It's basically him, and but you had my daughter at your house, and I'm just like,
so before all of those things happened, did you have that discussion with her? Did you say
I'm like,
let the mum aware?
Oh, I don't need to let her know, because when she's with me, it's what I do. I'm like that, but it doesn't really go like that.
Yeah.
You need to let
being a mum yourself, you know.
That, because you know what? It's even happened to me. One of my children's dad took one of my kids out with I don't even know what it was. And I never knew about it. I saw it on social media. I was mad.
Yeah.
How dare you post my child on social media? You dumb.
Yeah.
You don't do them things. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
That is wild.
I was livid. I was literally, even speaking about it now makes me get very passionate and think I want to kick down somebody. Like, it's just wrong. It's rude.
Wrong.
I don't like them things.
It is wrong, and I think men get a free pass to do what they want to do.
Yeah, man, I don't like them things
with their children, and it's really annoying. Sorry, we're eating and doing at the same time. We're doing that mukbang business again. So I've also been in a situation. I've been in a relationship, and a child has come along, and you know, we was in a relationship. We was in a bit of a bad place, but as far as I was concerned, we wasn't over. Everything was still kind of pretty much running the same.
Yeah, and
then. There was little breaks and whatever, and another child has come along, but me and you still doing things as the same. I'm now aware of this other girl, to be honest with you. It's not like I wasn't aware of this other girl, this other being there. But I guess it was a naive part on my behalf. Being young once again, my first serious relationship, I already had a child with this man, and then I just believed, even if we're in a break or in a rocky part and you've got something with someone, you're not going to go as far as to have a child with them. Because to me, I saw as having a child with someone else spells the end then of me and you. You're clearly stating what you want.
Yeah.
And I've always made it clear, if you have a child with somebody else, it will be 100% over.
Oh, okay.
I can't manage that. Laura of a hold. Child comes along, she's pregnant, and then in a scenario, I was also pregnant at the same time. So we're now both pregnant for this same man. I'm in a scenario that I never thought I would ever be in. Ever. It's such a naive thing, more probably to think now, hindsight, being the age that I am now. But at that age, being 20, 21, I think I was, you know, he was still pretty much the love of my life, who I experienced everything with. I already got a child with. It rocked my world to know that me and this other woman are sharing this man. Like having a child for this one, I couldn't believe it. You know,
that sounds like some movie stuff.
It's literally movie stuff, and I think it put me into a shock mode for so long, and then, you know, it just made me think like it just changes your character, changes you as a person, and then obviously children are born, whatever have you, and reality is that he was bouncing between both families. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And then me and this woman now that don't know each other are now arch rival enemies. For what?
Yeah, for no reason.
You've introduced me to this woman now. Not introduced me, but I only know this woman because of you. I now have an enemy, or she's my enemy and I'm hers, because of a man and because of the situation that you've kind of put us in and that we've put ourselves in as well. But now I'm rife enemies with this woman. That now I don't have a bad bone against this woman at all. Like love the little girl, everything. Yeah. Sorry, just before you cut in. But at one point, the even the mention of this woman's name made me livid.
Yeah.
Like my blood boil. But my blood is not boiling. My blood will boil for him too.
Yeah,
like,
but more for her.
And I think that's also the error that we make as well. Like, it's the man that I had a bond with, not this other woman, not this other child or whatever. So when our children got to ages where he could bring this baby to my house, the child to my house, I love children, and I had an open house to this little girl, and a lot of my friends at the time were saying, "You're mad. Bringing this child to, you're mad. Bringing the child to your house, are you all right?" And I just be like, at the end of the day, I've got step brothers. Yeah. And I don't even see them as step. I see them as my brother, my blood. So I would want that for my children also, to know their siblings and to have some kind of relationship with them, regardless of what the parents are going through. So that was the only thing that kind of kept the peace, but there was still very much a rivalry between me and this other woman for years as well. It went on for years, and it's such a damaging thing that women put themselves through, that I believe that men are smart. They just won't do it. We will say, "Oh, if I did this to you, you would cut." Then men are like, I'm not putting up with it. And more right so. They're not actually wrong. Men are not actually wrong for saying, if you have a kid for someone else, you expect me to stay around. You must be smoking booba. Which is rightly so. It's rightly so. And then
I just think it's because women have more of a
maternal instinct. More forgiving.
And they're we're more forgiving, we're more loving, we were more...
Actually, also, we're very egotistical. So I ain't giving up my man without a fight. And a lot of women will relate to that.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, you're going to come along and think you can take my man?
That's what I was going to say. Is it a type of territorial thing?
Yeah, most definitely.
I think so.
Most definitely.
Okay,
it's a war.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
It's a war. It's a war. But no human being should allow that to happen. But it is. Your egos get the best of you, and it becomes a war. I can't speak for the other lady that was involved, how she felt. Obviously, I know at one point the feeling was mutual. But we despised each other. And it left a lot of people in the middle. It left our children in the middle. It left him in the middle. It left his parents in the middle, because we both cordial with the parents. It leaves the grandparents. And then the grandparents feel like they have to take sides. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, how do I feel hearing that she went to the grandparents' house? The mother's house. Is she not supposed to go? Is there some kind of... Do you know what I mean? It's very tricky to deal with, and especially a lot of men in those scenarios are not honest. They're gonna sing one story over there about Jack and Jill over the hill, and then they're gonna sing another story over here about Intimacy Spider and all these things.
And pray the two don't meet. And pray the two don't.
Do you know what I mean? So it is a dangerous field to go into, but I believe that the children shouldn't suffer. And I will always embrace the children, and that child, I love that child, and the child loves me and loves their siblings, and my siblings love that child, and they have a bond now for life. Do you know what I mean? Regardless of what we go through as parents, we've allowed them to bond where they know of each other, and they will always have that bond. Whether they grow up to be really, really close or not, they still have that sibling bond, and know that that's my brother, that's my sisters, and whatever have you.
What do you say what would you say about children telling you that they don't like your partner?
Oh gosh. It's a tricky one, isn't it?
This actually happens in real life.
It happens in real life, and I think that as much as children shouldn't dictate what you do with your life because they are the child, you should take their feelings into consideration. So me personally, I think to try and avoid that, you can't force anyone to like anyone. So if they don't like them, they just don't like them. But to try and avoid that outcome, what I would try to do is include them in those decisions before even introducing them, letting them getting used to the idea that, oh, I've got someone that I like, I spend a lot of time with, this is the person's name, so they're used to hearing the person's name, all of those kind of things, so it doesn't come as a huge shock that one day Jerry's just coming into my house and he's here permanently. It's you're hearing that, oh, mum's going out with Jerry this evening, you guys are going to be at home with so and so, and I'm going out with Jerry, or you're going to hear the name quite regular, and then I'm going to sit down and have a speak with you, depending on the age of the children. Going on the age of my children now, I can have quite an adult conversation with them, and be like, mummy's seen this person now, I really like him, and I would like to introduce you to him. We're gonna go out. Yeah, I'm not gonna introduce you to my child by you just coming into that child's home. Yeah. Because all my children know is their dad and uncles and whatever have you. That's all they know. Godfathers. That's it. That's the male role models in their life. They don't know boyfriend. Yeah. So it will be we're going out on a date and whatever. I've had this conversation with my daughter, because my daughter's the hard one to crack. She's like she's meant to be the son, because I've said to her before, where would you like, if I was going to introduce you to someone like mummy's boyfriend, where would you like to meet him, like where would you like to go bowling or whatever? She was like, karate. Like, okay, you're clearly not ready, like you want to beat him up. I was just like, don't worry about it. And she was very tense after that conversation. We changed the subject, and I was just like, Kyra, are you okay? And she was just like, I'm feeling not very happy right now.
Oh wow.
I think that you have to include your children in the decision.
Most definitely.
If you're gonna, because it impacts them.
No, it does.
It impacts them.
Really
like how did it work for you?
In what?
Were your children receptive?
What, when I introduced them after? One of them said, oh, you're not my dad. I was like, and then they said, don't think you can be my dad because you can't, because I've already got a stepdad. So I was like, okay then.
Well, did he take offense to that? Or did he understand the way that
I don't think he said anything. I don't think he said anything. He was just like, okay.
How did you feel?
Like, I was like, oh, only my child.
Yeah, what can you do? There's nothing you can do. At the end of the day, children will be expressive, and the child didn't say anything.
It was literally like, don't try to be my stepdad because I've already got a stepdad.
And that's it.
And that was it.
Yeah, you will just be my mom's boyfriend.
Yeah. But then they was cool.
Yeah.
But I'm just letting you know that it's not that.
Yeah. I'm letting you know where you can go with me.
Yeah. How far?
This is it. I'm
relaxed.
cool.
Yeah, and that's it.
Do what you're doing and we will be cool.
Yeah.
Which you have to respect it at the end of the day. They're people too. They're just little people.
They want to be involved as well. They've got to keep them involved.
Yeah, in the loop.
In the loop, yeah. Most definitely.
I'm telling you.
It's important. It's important things, and it's it's easy for us to just talk on camera and talk about it, even though we've been through it already or whatever, and we can try and be like, yeah, you must do this or you should try and do this. We know when you're in the situation, it doesn't always work like that. No. It's very difficult. It can be very awkward. People are not always on the same page at the same time, and it takes a lot of growth, a lot of conversations, and yeah, it's a sticky one still. It's a bit techie, but I think I'm out of the baby mama drama, baby father drama saga. Like, I think because I'm so out of that now, it's an easier transition for me. I say that, but yeah, I feel like it's an easier transition for me. But there's always going to be one party, I think, that's not quite happy with the other what the other person's doing. I feel like, do you know what I mean? But it is what it is.
Do you have a favourite?
Favourite what?
Like your stepkids, like I don't think you're calling your stepkids.
Well, there's only 2.
Yeah, but so do you like?
I don't have a favourite, but I do have one that I naturally bonded with more because of the way the situations allowed us to do so.
Yeah.
So with the first child, I do have more of a bond with her, and she grew more with our children, and my children was at their house.
Okay,
She was at ours, and you know there was more of an establishment. Whereas in the second one, how it came about and the hostility and there was less of a bond because then I also detached myself from him. So the fact that I detached myself from him, it detached from whatever he had going on. I just wanted no part of it whatsoever. I just wasn't interested. I was just like, that's the life that you've chose to live. Go ahead and live it. I'm not trying to be a part of this circus anymore. Like, I'm over it kind of thing. I don't want that. Like, I wasn't. But there's no favourite. It's just that the way the circumstances played out allowed me to bond with the other child more than the other. But now I know the little baby. It's not baby anymore, but you know, I know the child, and the child knows her siblings, and my siblings know theirs, and you know, it is what it is. It's still a very awkward situation to be in. But for me, you know me anyway, water is water of a duck's back, and I don't think a lot of people understand the way that I flex. And the thing is, if I'm not having open dialogue with the other woman, the only communication or image or perception that she's getting of me is through him. So a lot of the time, whatever the issue that she has with me is not from me direct, it's from the way that you are. The way you are, do you know what I mean? If you are around that person and you're answering the phone like, babe, around that person, that automatically causes hostility towards the other person. Do you know what I mean?
But you know, that's weird because. So what are you trying to say? Like, if you answer your phone and say, babe, although you're not together, it's a bit awkward. Is that what you're saying?
At the end of the day, I didn't meet my baby father yesterday. I've known him since I was a child. You might as well say, since I was 16. We've grown into adults together. So no matter what experiences we've been through, we will always have a bond. So there will be times where sometimes you'll just answer the phone and be like, yeah, babe, or you're chatting or you'll say something.
God, I thought it was just me.
No.
I actually thought it's just me.
It's normal. It's very hard to break out of those things, and we were each other's best friends. Like, people don't understand that. Me and my children's dad were best. You didn't see one without the other. We used to get teased about it. That's how bad it was. So we have a bond. We have a strong bond. No matter what, people will see us angry, vexed with each other. They will never chat to each other again. People on his side will probably hear him call me every day under the sun. You know why I hear that? And people will hear me trace him like no one's business. But there's a friendship there. And our relationship was based off of a friendship. So if that friendship is pure and genuine, and you're genuine people, no matter what you go through as a couple or baby mother, baby father, that friendship will always remain. Do you know what I mean? And that respect for each other will always remain. So it's nothing for us to pick up the phone, be chatting, and then laughing on the phone or whatever.
Like, baby,
people will not understand it. Even down to my mum sometimes didn't understand. 1 minute you're cussing him off, the next minute you're friends. I'm just like, but at the end of the day, he's the father of my children, and although we can be angry with each other, we can see past it because we have a bond, we have a friendship, and there has to be an end to a road. Am I going to be vexed with this person for the rest of my life and we got kids together? Doesn't make sense. Just because I can laugh and run a joke and still have some sensitivity towards you and still love you, it doesn't mean that I want to be in a relationship with this person. And I think it's very difficult for people outside of that relationship to comprehend.
I feel to answer that question.
Oh my gosh.
I know you feel me, Chanel.
I feel you.
And I understand also, because I also understand, sorry, just to hold that sticker thing, that the relationships that we have with the children, the father of our children, is very unique, Chanel, because majority, probably 95% of mothers and fathers that are not together anymore, cannot speak to each other.
Yeah,
They can't
yeah.
even be in the same
At
room.
all,
Yeah.
at all.
Gotta have separate birthdays, all kind of business. So I do understand when people look at me and my children's dad, they're like, but how?
Yeah.
Don't
And
make
sometimes
sense.
it's so annoying because why can't two people be friends?
Yeah.
Just because I've called you babe does not mean I'm in a relationship with
Or I
this
want to
person.
be with you, I want to lay down
do you know
with
what
you.
I mean?
Don't get me wrong, for a long time, I'm not going to play the innocent person. For a long time, even when we wasn't together, we were teeth in peace from each other for a long time.
No, but that's
Because
the thing.
me-
No, comment, sir!
But that's
No,
that's
I
what
speak
I'm
how it
saying.
is because
Not
it's not
me,
that
you know.
again.
Older folks. the
Not
older
me,
folks-
you know.
No, wait.
Not me, you know.
People teeth peace.
They're teeth piece.
With teeth peace, but at the
Quick,
end of the
you're the last
me
teeth.
for a woman,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just like, I'd rather teeth peace with the devil I know
Yeah.
than
The devil I
go
don't.
to somebody new. When people would ask me, guys that I'm seeing would be like, so what, are you seeing her? I'm not seeing anyone, but I'm not gonna lie, I fucks with my baby daddy. They'll be like, what? I'm like, I'm not seeing anybody.
Yeah.
But if I want anything,
Yeah.
I dial it up.
Yeah, but you know what? it
Because
is? No
that's
one
what I know, and I
understands
don't
that.
like.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna want to be out there with Tom, Dick, and
With
Harry.
Harry, yeah.
Obviously, if me and you getting something, but I'll cool it easy, you breeze it off in it. I'll put that on ice, but
Yeah.
What I was gonna say. The older generation, yeah, when they break from
Yeah.
their partner, it's either
yes,
or I don't like him.
yes. They
There's
don't
only
understand
two.
it. There's
When
no
you start
reconcile.
kicking with them,
Yeah.
like, so you lot gonna get back together
Or not.
What's that? No,
They don't
we
understand
can be
it.
cordial. There's a word called cordial. And
Yeah.
And people don't understand that word.
No.
Because it's like, no, you lot should be fighting.
Yeah.
You should
Yeah,
be
Not
fighting.
together, then you should
And
be
that's what
warring.
it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
How come you make me still a friend?
But you
Why
got to change
can't
the
we not be
narrative.
friends?
You
I'm a
have
bit
to change the
Now, listen,
narrative.
I've been through my wars and I don't need to be through no war.
That's what I'm
I've
saying.
been through it. Be happy that we're
39,
actually
no, what was I
speaking.
done? You know, that was 20.
Be happy that we're actually speaking. Because
Exactly.
the warring thing, no one don't want it.
Yeah, it don't
It's
make
long.
sense.
doesn't make sense.
And then you end up bitter. And then what?
And you damage your children.
And then you
Yeah.
get to 50 and be
Then,
like,
do you
mum's
not
cool,
think
you
that
know?
your children at one point are going to think that they have to pick a side?
Yeah. They are going to.
Why do your children feel like they need to pick a side? No, you don't. You don't have to pick a side just because your parents are not together.
Not together, yeah.
Don't ever feel that.
That's why we got to change the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good that you lot still cordially speak. And it's, you know what
It's
it is?
good, but
You know what it
at
is?
the same time, it can still cause issues.
It can, but you know what? People need to
But that's
understand.
not my
There's
issue.
a balance.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yes, we had a relationship, but that's done. But we were cool.
Yeah.
Fuck all the shit before. Excuse me for swearing. I'm sorry. But forget all that stuff before. We're adults.
Very much so.
If I said we're not having sex no more, I'm not having sex no more. But you can talk to me.
To be fair, the
wanna get
moral
sex.
of the story really is to do your research before you have any children with anyone.
That too. Who's your family? Who's your
And
people?
I didn't even turn into an adult before I had my first child. So,
Yeah, I had my first child within a year. A
yeah.
year and a bit. My second was 3 years.
Yeah. So, you know, a lot. I see a lot. I am still grateful, even though we haven't worked out and we've been through some like storms and a half that you think that you will never see the end of. I am still grateful that I still like who my children's father is. I have been through a period where I feel like, oh my god, I don't like you, and he's probably felt the same with me.
Yeah.
He definitely has felt the same about me, but we've got to the point where we actually like each other
Just
as
gotta be
people.
amicable.
Yeah, and I do feel sad when I see people where they literally do have no
communication with their.
And how do you go from the point of laying down with somebody, making
Yeah.
a life, to never speak to that person?
Ego.
That means
Yeah.
egos, and also you didn't really know that
Yeah,
person.
you didn't. You didn't.
You either didn't show your true self to that person,
Yeah.
or you didn't
Correct.
take time to get to know that person.
That too.
And these people are too quick to make babies nilly-willy.
Yeah.
And
And
then
just
you-
think, oh, I got money, I can look after my baby
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
It's so much
And then when
more
she
than
says
that.
something left to you, you're like, what?
What?
Are you talking to me left? What?
Yeah.
You don't know each other. That's why she's talking to me left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, no, you
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
It's so
Talk
And it's
to you
not,
left.
these times it's not even left, that's just how she talks.
Yeah, and plus
Yeah.
it's war now. So,
You're strangers.
yeah. We're
Like,
fighting, I
you're
don't know.
making
Fighting losing
babies
battle.
with a stranger. You don't even know if that person's a psychopath. What does that? What genes do they hold? What runs in their family? How do you know what kind of pickney you got to have?
It's so true.
You're hitting the lottery when you make pickney, you know.
Take time.
Take
Take
time.
time.
Take time.
That's how
Slow
you make
down.
bad breed pickney.
No.
Oh gosh, but yeah. Yeah, you have to take these things seriously, and it's good that we can speak about these things and that we've gone through it. People are probably going to feel very uncomfortable watching this, or a lot of people are going to relate, or some people might be like, how can they talk about this?
That,
blah. But at the end of the day,
I don't feel embarrassed now.
It's truth.
I don't feel shame.
It is what it is.
It is
what it is.
It's life. It's life, and it's the life that I've
I'm
lived.
not the first, I won't be the last.
Yeah, most definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
And if you can go through something, learn some gems, and pass that on. And some people that are going through a hostility thing right now with their baby and can't stand their baby mother or their baby father and can hear us talk and be like, at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be like that. Then that's great. Because it doesn't have to be like that. And raising children is a very difficult thing, whether you're together or not. That will be another episode where we will talk about raising teenagers in this climate, because we have teenagers,
and we'll bring them on,
so they can speak and have their voice as well. But it's very difficult to do this thing in this day and age, whether you're together or not, and it's very difficult for children to grow up in this climate. So they don't need warring parents on top of it.
They don't.
They don't need it.
I blame social media.
Social media.
I blame it.
Put your egos aside.
And that's the way it is. It's
Who
the ego.
your ex-partner is laying down with is none of your business.
Oh!
And it's jealousy. That's jealousy.
None of your business!
That's the jealousy. That's where it is. That's where it is. It's true. None of their business.
It's none of your business.
You're upsetting yourself. You're upsetting yourself.
It's not you. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
However,
God.
don't put doom and gloom into having children, because children are a beautiful thing, and you can have children with people and remain together. It's not all doom and gloom. So people that are going to watch this that haven't had kids, I don't want you to think like, oh my God, baby mama drama. It doesn't always go that way. We're just talking on experiences that we have had, and also other
You've
people
had how much experience? I've had like, what, 12 years experience?
I've had the world of experience when it comes to relationships. I feel like it made me emotionally old. So I feel like people that meet me now, they underestimate how emotionally advanced I am. And sometimes when I'm talking, they'll be like, oh, she's just talking. And that's why I tend not to talk. And they don't realise that I can see through them already. I'm just allowing them to express themselves and be you. And I will either take the time to teach you gems or not. But please go ahead and meet somebody and have children, but just take heed and get to know who that person really is before you create another life, because it's not a joke. It is not easy out here. And just try and pick somebody. Obviously none of us are fortune tellers, but try and pick somebody where you think to yourself, even if this doesn't work out, maybe we'll be able to still be friends and co-parent going forward, because co-parenting is a skill and a half that you have to learn, and you have to compromise, you have to meet in the middle, and you have to let egos go and put the child's needs first, and each of you are going to think that maybe what's best for the child is different. So that's also where loggerheads can buck as well. Men, don't be whatless. If you make a baby, always provide for that child. If you can't provide, be present until you can provide, and let that child be your motivator till you can provide. And women, do not be malicious people and withhold that child from the father unless he is a paedophile, an abuser. Unless he is none of those things, then there is no need for you to withhold that child from seeing their father. So you people that are doing those things, whatless fathers or whatless mothers, you need to look at yourself in the mirror, give one or two slap on the cheek and fix up, because it's not good. And the child will find out the truth eventually, and you will become the enemy in the end and have to explain why you took the actions that you did. And I know there's many families that are going through that. There's many women that are having men that are not providing, and there's many men that are struggling and fighting to see their children and feeling like they don't have any rights and not getting to see the child, and it's not fair. And there's many women that have men that are willing to provide for their children and are providing, they take advantage of them and think that that's the standard. And boo-boo,
it's not.
Boo-boo,
So stop it.
if you have somebody who are gonna do what they're supposed to do as a father, please. When him left from society, say him go cut that, you're gonna feel it. And not every man is built the same, and not every woman is built the same. So pick your baby daddy, baby mother.
Shout out to my 2 kids.
Yeah.
Malay and Makai.
Yeah.
Shout out to my 2 baby daddies.
Yeah.
And
boy.
yeah.
Yeah,
and shout out to myself.
Kids.
Oh, sorry.
Shout out my kids. Shout out
to myself because I do a damn good job.
Trust
Not
me.
that they look that my baby parents don't do a good job because they both do, but I'm just saying shout out to me as well.
Yeah, yeah. I picked a good one still. We went for our awards, but I picked a good one because when I'm on my holidays and I'm flossing, my kids are with their dad. So they don't get dropped with babysitter. So at the end of the day, give props where it's due to everyone that's just trying to be the best parent that they can be.
Shout out to all the good moms, shout out to all the good dads, to all the carers.
Grandparents are huge game players in this thing.
Baby.
So shout out grandparents, shout out my mother-in-law. She's amazing. And you know, there's that taboo, mother-in-laws are horrible, this, that and the other. Mine's is a dime. And big her up every time. And we had one falling out, that was my fault, I was being rude. But I love her and I know she loves me, and she's a great grandparent. And big up my mom, she's a great grandparent. My kids love their nanny, and she's always thinking of them, and just big on her up because you lot don't get the ratings too when we're going through our back and forth or whatever,
and we're calling them mum, do you know red hair and blah blah blah, and you know that our mums never ever say, well, I told you. So,
it's
always, they always try to, you know, like, well, what can you do to resolve it? What can you do to make it work? What can you do to fix the problem?
They've been there, of course they've been there.
And someone said to him, I told you. I ain't gonna say that to my daughter.
They've been there. So big up grandparents, because grandparents are doing a lot of groundwork while we're still trying to figure out our
and they don't pick sides. Big up my my mommy.
Pick side, me not lie.
But not to the extreme where it's like
wrong is wrong, innit?
Do you know what I mean?
If I'm being wrong, then I will get told that I'm being wrong. But big one up, big you up every time. This has been nice.
It's a nice little conversation.
It's a nice, like, I keep telling you, like, you lot are in our circle of trust. So
don't go back and run it and chat with people there.
If you don't want to share it because it's the truth, and then nothing can hide. And my beer father knows I'm still good anyway, so I can't chat nothing. Alright. So anyone carry back news and nothing we're not discuss already, okay? Alright. So
don't forget to like,
share, subscribe,
comment.
Because we dropped some gems on you lot today. You don't have to pay for this thing. This is therapy, you know. This is therapy, you know. Welcome to our circle of trust.